I want to go to Egal first. Obviously, your team today just couldn't get the job done. Good start, but really kind of faded in the match. And Spurs gave a good show of themselves, bro.
Disappointing performance overall. I thought the first half we should have won the game. Based on our first half alone, we had enough there. We had two chances from Eddie, one chance from Eddie and Nketiah, two chances from Gabriel Jesus on one. We should have had 4 goals in that first half. We were not clinical. On the other end, you look at Tottenham; they had a half chance with Son, clinical, finished that easy, and then you had in the second half. Once again, we score, and immediately we let them get back into the game. We only have ourselves to blame. And I don't know what happened with the injury at halftime or anything like that, but Jorginho came on and immediately gave away the ball for a goal. And it's like when these things are happening, you're putting yourself under the couch for no reason. Individual errors costing us again, and I just don't know what to say right now. I left the game speechless. The only person who I could say leaves their head held high in this game is Bukayo Saka and William Saliba. I felt like the rest of the players were not up for it.
Yeah, I mean, I get where you're coming from there. Obviously, Patrick, we'll come back to you in a minute ago. A lot of Gooners are supremely confident before this game. Do you think you showed them what this new Tottenham under Ange is about?
Exactly. Gooner Sauls was talking so much shit this week. Egal, easiest North London derby in a long time. Had Brandon talking rubbish on another stream, Niger Englishman on this show. And I was like, wow, okay. And I said it, you guys are the favourites. You're a good team. I expect you to win. But we come and literally played you off the park. 53% possession, the same amount of big chances created. And what I loved about this game is that Big Ange didn't change his philosophy. We played our brand of football. At times it was scary playing out from the back, but these guys believed in themselves and they took the game to you on your own park. And we deserved our goals. We deserved it. No one can turn around and say we didn't deserve that. I'm ecstatic and I loved what I saw, man. I loved what I saw. Udogie wasn't good at first. Saka had him on toast. I rate Saka highly. I mean, he pulled strings and Udogie's a good player. But as Udogie grew into the game offensively, you could see what he's about. Maddison, the way he rolled Saka for that first goal and the assist to pull it back. Son, a lot of people have been talking a lot of rubbish about Son. That finish was exquisite. He cut across 3 defenders and put it the only place where he could score. And then obviously Maddison again, so much composure, wait a pass, perfect for Son's second goal. Sonny again, silencing all the doubters. Basuma grew into that game and you could see what he's about. When he got the ball on the half turn and dropped a shoulder and sent 2 of the Arsenal boys the other way, the whole stadium was like, wow, okay. So yeah, man, we deserved it. Vicario as well. And the thing is, this is to Spurs fans. Vicario got a lot of slander after the first game against Brentford. Today he was brilliant, man. He was assured, made some good saves, and he looks like a good keeper. Hats off to David Raya for that save, Brennan Johnson. The funny thing is, when we were linked to David Raya, and I told you guys he was better than Ramsdale, again, a lot of you lot are talking shit, and now look, surprise, who's starting for you guys. So yeah, man, surprise. But I love it, man. We come in and we silence you guys. The disrespect I got from you lot, considering we had a good start, was on the same amount of points, actually had a better goal difference. Yeah, we took it to you guys, played our brand of football, didn't put 11 men behind the ball, and we still came out with something. So I rate Big Ange highly for this. I rate the players, like Terry said, the mentality to stick through it. We had to ride a wave of pressure. Like what I said on Friday's show, I want us to ride the pressure, but also play our brand of football. At the end, we were under pressure, a lot of corners. Thankfully, we held strong, didn't concede. Romero, it is a penalty for me. I'm so confused what's a handball, what's not a handball. But if I'm being legit, the ball hit his hand, it's a penalty. But yeah, I'm proud, Terry, of what I saw today. And it gives me a lot of confidence for the rest of the season.
I bet you're proud today. Brandon joins us. I mean, you were very supremely confident. You had a lot to say. Pretty much wrote Tottenham off. What went wrong for you today? Was it overconfidence from Arsenal? Did the manager get it wrong? Or was it individual players making poor mistakes?
I think it's a mixture of all of them, to be fair. I think you have to start with the players. I think, obviously we go 1-0 up. Gabby Jesus has that chance. Should be burying that, by the way. Should be absolutely burying that. The fact that he didn't just shows he's not a clinical striker. Eddie Nketiah has a chance. He should be burying that as well. And really and truly, we should be going in at half-time 3-0 up, 3-1 up, whatever. game already done. And instead, we go in 1-1. We give a bit of a sloppy goal away. Had it not been for David Raya, we could have gone in at halftime, 2-1 down. And you come out in that second half, right, and he takes off Fabio Vieira, which I think, is the right decision. He was getting bullied in that midfield in the first half. And then, of course, Declan Rice being injured, that didn't help. But then, the penalty, I think that's very subjectual, to be fair, if I'm being completely honest. I think the only reason that I think it is a penalty is because had he not put his hand out, it was going in the back of the net. So he's basically stopped a goal from happening. But at the same time, what do they expect players to do these days? Like chop their arms off or something? Because for me, that's a natural position. So it's very subjectual. But then 30 seconds later to go and, give another goal away, that is absolutely unforgivable. And I don't know what the hell Jorginho is doing there. He's an experienced man, He's supposed to be, controlling the midfield, moving the ball. And he's dilly-dallying on it and getting caught out like that. For me, that is just unacceptable. Do you know what I mean? For an experienced guy like that. And then you kind of have to look at the manager, Tel, because he takes Gabby Jesus off, who I didn't think had a great game today, but he did cause a few problems. And he keeps Eddie Nketiah on for 100 minutes. That absolutely baffles me because Eddie Nketiah was never in that game. He was never in that game. That guy ran around like a headless chicken today. He didn't look comfortable today. So for me, to take Jesus off and leave Eddie Nketiah on for 100 minutes, that's a really poor decision by the manager. That's a really poor decision. I think he should have brought on Emil Smith-Rowe sooner. I think Kai Havertz, when he came on, I thought he looked pretty decent today. I don't think he did a bad job at all. But aside from that, it's a mixture of all three things, bro. And I've got to hold my hands up, yeah? I ripped Tottenham off completely. I'm going to say right here, right now, that if Tottenham play that way for the remainder of the season, they will beat most teams. And I can sit here right now and say Tottenham will get top 4 this season playing like that because I thought they was very, very good today. Very, very good. And by the way, to everyone who, was trying to get Vicario into joint 11s and we was all sitting there going, what the hell are you lot smoking? That guy looks like a top goalkeeper. He's very comfortable on his feet, commanded his box really, really well. Bissouma, ran the midfield today. You have to just give credit to Tottenham. You really do, because I don't think it was great, but I do think that they was very good today.
Yeah, I think that's very fair. I think that's very fair in terms of the assessment of Spurs. I think they were very good today. There's no doubt about that. When it comes to the decision making that was being made there, Egal and Souls, do you agree in terms of taking off Gabriel Jesus? I mean, Fabio Vieira was taken off. Really, I didn't actually think he was that bad in the first half personally, but they took him off. Do you think the manager made mistakes in terms of the substitutions that he made today?
100%. I don't know why he kept Eddie on. I felt like Eddie was more wasteful than Gabriel Jesus at times, and he wasn't really pressing in the first half as much. Fabio Vieira, you know what? I don't think he made a mistake in starting Fabio Vieira because of the way he performed in the previous couple games, so he earned the start. But when Kai Havertz came on, I did not see too much of a difference. I think the whole team in the second half dropped off. We did not look any better. As the game grew on, Tottenham looked like they were the team growing, and Mikel Arteta and the team didn't make any adjustments to fix that. And I want to know why Bukayo Saka was not running at his man. He was on a yellow card for the majority of the game. He did not run at his man once. He scored and he got a goal, but I expect more from Bukayo Saka because it seemed like every time he had a one-on-one opportunity, he was passing it back. We had that right hand on toast the first couple of minutes, and then they made an adjustment and we didn't make our adjustments to match them. And really and truly, I'm not going to say Arteta got out coached, but I'm definitely going to say they worked harder than us in the 90 minutes.
Do you agree with that, Souls?
Look, the reality is this entire team, the managers, the players have disgraced us today. I don't care what anyone says. I've been saying it all fucking season. Bukayo Saka does not look like the same player. Not one of these players can walk out here with their heads held high. I don't give a shit. Not one. Not one today can sit there and go, I'm an Arsenal player. Disgraceful. The one game we asked you to turn up for is today. Turn up today at the Emirates. You turn up. Not one of them. You know what they should be doing? Fuck all the press conferences after the game. They should be heading right over to the training ground and training now. You don't go home. You ain't resting. You go to that training ground and you fix up whatever the hell we've been seeing this season. Every single game. It's not only today. It's not just today. It's all season. I have not seen the same mentality. They're a bunch of egotistical maniacs. They've got their money, they've got their contracts, and they're now dropping stinkers. It's like happened. It's flipping happened again. We've done it to Aubameyang. We've done it to Ozil. Odegaard signed a contract, drops a stinker. Saka signed a new contract, dropping stinkers. Martinelli dropping stinkers. All of these man rights signed new contracts, which they deserved at the time, and started dropping stinkers. This is the one game we asked you to flip and turn up. And what do you do? What do you do?
But you're overreacting.
What do you do?
Saka was good today, no? How did he drop a stick?
Oh,
No, he
well
wasn't.
done. You scored a deflected goal and you scored a penalty. Well
No,
fucking
he
done.
had
What did he do?
on-
Your
he
man,
had
no,
Udogie
your
on
man
top.
was on a yellow. Okay, as soon as that yellow card happened, the man stopped taking him on. Not once did he challenge him to go, yeah, I'm going to get you red carded. Both your DMs are on yellow cards. What did we do? We got, okay, you have the game. We won't even try and get a red card out of you. We won't even try and attempt to ask questions of the referee. You had 3 key players, right, on yellow cards, and then Romero near the end of the game. What do we do? And on to Arteta, right? Everyone knows I backed this guy from the very, very, very beginning. I'm not saying Arteta out, but serious questions have to be asked. What were you seeing? What did you see to go, Nketiah, you stay on? Oh, you're having a stink show. Carry on. Every single stinky player, carry on playing stinky, fam. We're not going to take you off. We're just going to reward you in more time.
Sauce, I've
Jesus
got one
comes off,
question
fair
for you.
enough, fine.
Sauce.
You take Jesus off. He's had an injury. He needed to come back. Yeah? ESR's there. Kai Havertz is there. Jorginho's there. All of them bench players are your players. There's no goddamn excuse, right, to use that squad, to bring those players on, and to bring a change to this team. The entire team, including the manager, I'm saying it now, have disgraced us. Not one player I'm backing today. All of them get to the fucking training ground. I don't want to hear one player. And if one player fucking apologizes, I want that guy sold.
There's one. No. There's one player that I thought did a very good job for Arsenal today. And that's William Saliba. He's the only one that can hold his head high. I don't ever want to hear anybody tell me that Romero is better than Saliba ever again. Yeah,
Facts.
because he is top. He's
The
top.
conversation was Romero over Gabriel, and for me, Romero showed. Yes, he obviously the deflected goal was unlucky, unfortunate. Maybe should have sorted his feet. The handball again, questionable. But Romero's a top defender, and
I thought Van der Ven was better today.
Yeah, Van der Ven was very good. And again, Sauls, I got 2 questions for you. How do you feel completely writing us off and 5-0? And then secondly, you put none of our players in your combined 11. Let me hear your thoughts on that.
I actually said I don't do combined 11s, right? That's first. Let's get that off. I've always said it. Egal knows this. Every time he asks me on his channel, I've said it. I don't do I said it against United. I'll do it against City. I don't do them. I don't like them. I just don't think. I think that
but why?
They're the most stupid concept to exist. Why the hell do I want a rival player in my team? Let's be real. Like, I don't give a fuck about your.
It's not your team. It's combined.
I don't care. No, it's my team. You're asking me for my 11. My 11 is going to always be my players. Yes, I criticize them. Yes, I hate on them sometimes. Yes, I have agendas against some of them. But it's that family thing, innit? I still love them and I'm still going to back them. But the reality is, in terms of writing you off, I'm 100% wrong. You guys have definitely shut up your haters, right? Big credits to you, because Ange came out, spoke big. He backed his talk. Son came out, said what he needed to say, backed his talk, got 2 goals, right? A lot of people, now I didn't hate on Maddison. I've never hated on him. I do think we should have signed him. But, a lot of people did criticize him. Is he going to be a good signing? Whatever. You guys should, they've shut the critics up there. Romero's the only question mark, really. Vicario haters should shut up. Udogie is a bit of a question mark, but he's young, so I'm going to let him off. I don't really care. Like, I'm not going to banter a youngster. It's his first season in the Premier League, I believe, so it is what it is. But in terms of writing you off, I apologize. You've earned respect because you've come there. You didn't go to plan B. You didn't go to plan C. You played the way you were saying. And Postecoglou said, I'm not going to change it. He didn't. He came to our turf, right? And we're meant to be title contenders. We're meant to be competing for the title. And you've come and you've shown no respect to us. And that's how it should be. You should not be showing respect to the opposition. And I'll be honest with you, when Ange says he scared us, he scared those players 100%. They were startled. They had no answers to what you wanted to do. You did what you wanted. And that's how the game went.
Do you agree with that, Egal? Do you think Arsenal was scared of Tottenham today?
Scared of what? We're not scared of nobody. The reality is they played well. They caught us a little bit off guard. Good to the you got to give them credit. But no one's sitting here saying we're fearing our opponent. We weren't fearful. You didn't see a team that was backing down, that was scared. We gave them the ball, and you know what? Majority of the time they didn't do much with it. But when they did get their opportunities,
what did we do with it? We just passed it about, tapping it around. And
you know what? We were wasteful. We were wasteful. They were clinical. You got to give it to them. And at the end of the day, it's a draw. And I felt like both teams at times could feel like they should have got the win. But first half was on us. Second half was on them.
Gal, are you going to do what Saul did and apologize as well for being so disrespectful, or are you going to take?
What was I disrespectful about? I was giving you guys.
You said it was going to be the easiest North London derby, and you said it's going to be the easiest game of your season, and it clearly wasn't.
You know what? I was wrong about that. I did think you guys were gonna play at the halfway line and give us and play into our hands. You didn't play into our hands. You guys played well, and I give you guys credit there. But it's not a situation where I'm gonna sit here and say, "Oh, my prediction was wrong." Guess what? My prediction was based off what we've always done, and you guys still haven't come to our ground and beaten us. So,
well, it was wrong.
But your prediction was wrong.
Your prediction was wrong. You don't have to sit here and say it. We can
I
say
admitted
it.
that, but I said, guess what? At the end of the day, you still didn't come to our ground and beat us. So
Can I just say,
I mean,
mate,
shout out Paul Merson, right? He said y'all were going to tear us apart, something like that. Shout out Paul Merson. Just want to say that off the top.
hey, guess what? Everyone would have predicted us to beat you.